Morning Year 5 and welcome to English. Today you need a pen and some paper and we are going to be looking at our speeches. So I'm going to share my screen. Today is Tuesday the 19th of January 2021 and today we're going to be planning our own speech. For your starter, can you sort these statements into for and against? So can you draw me a table with for on one side, against on the other, and sort the statements? I'm going to read them for you. The first one says, many of the areas that have been cleared have been replanted with new trees. Even if trees are replanted, they take years to grow back. Deforestation is destroying the habitats of animals, many of which are becoming extinct. It is also destroying land belonging to the native human population. About a quarter of our medicines come from plants, but there are many undiscovered species in the rainforest that might one day provide a cure for deadly diseases. With no trees to anchor it down, soil is eroded by heavy rain. Silt from the soil is washed into rivers, polluting them. Many people rely on rainforest wood for building, as well as meat and crops from farmed rainforest land. So you can sort those into the two groups. You can either just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then just put the numbers in, or you can write the statements. It's up to you. So in our 4, so why people say that deforestation is not necessarily a bad thing, it's the fact that lots of medicines come from plants, and in the rainforest there's lots of undiscovered plants. So if we don't chop them down, we might never find cures for things. Many areas are replanted with new trees. Many people rely on rainforests for wood for building, meat and crops, and for farming. In against them, we have that it's destroying the habitats of animals and making them extinct. Even if trees are replanted, they take years to grow back, and the soil is polluting our water. So, your task, you have been asked to speak at a climate change convention. Your speech will be persuading the audience to tackle deforestation. We had a really close look at deforestation last week, at the effects of it, the arguments we could have, and lots of facts, and we know how important it is to stop deforestation. So what I need you to do is to draw out a plan for your speech. So you need to have a column that has paragraph, and you need 6 rows, an opening, introduction, point 1, point 2, point 3, and conclusion. And then you need lots of space to be able to write out your own plan. You can pause the video now to draw that table out. Okay, so if you normally do one chili, you will be having, this is just an example of my own plan. So in first paragraph, I need a heading, an opening statement, and a rhetorical question. I've just given you a little bit of the model text. So it says, make every drop count. That was our title. So for my own title, I chose deforestation, devastation. Devastation means like really, really bad. My fact, in 100 years, there'll be no rainforest left. And then my rhetorical question in the model text was, how will you stop? So I've changed mine to, are you really going to sit idle, which means sit and do nothing, and let this atrocity happen? So I'm just adding my own ideas about deforestation whilst looking at the model text examples. So in your table, you just need to write down your own examples. I've put this here to help you, but you don't need to write these down. You need to write your own down. So for the first paragraph, we need a heading, opening statement, rhetorical question. So we've got that down. In our introduction, we've got things like, it's my genuine belief, it's my true belief. You could have an expanding noun phrase. And then in order to articulate my ideas, My first point, I've just put all the ideas from the model text to help you write your own plan of what you are going to say. So you can pause the video here and add your own ideas. You can also have a look at my word map that I've got for you. So there's lots of imperative verbs, which are like telling someone to do something. We've got persuasive adjectives you could use. We've got rhetorical question starters, frontal adverbials. So you can have a look at the word mat as well and flick between on the YouTube video between looking at your plan and looking at a persuasive word mat. If you normally do 3 chilies, just like the one chili, I've given you an example, except you don't have the model text examples there. So you'd need to look at the model text if you want help with the structure. So I've chosen deforestation, devastation as my heading. My opening is in 100 years, there'll be no rainforest left. My rhetorical question is, are you really going to sit idle, which means sit and do nothing and let this atrocity happen? So you need to write your own title for deforestation, your own fact and your own question. You can magpie mine for the first part. Then my plan was too long. So this is the opening, the introduction and point 1. And on the next slide is point 2, point 3 and the conclusion. So you can flick between on the YouTube video. So for the second part, you need your introduction. What are you going to be arguing about? So look at the model text to help you to start some of your sentences. You might want a rhetorical question. You might want to say, I'm going to articulate or talk about or argue today all these things about deforestation. So this is what you need to do for your first part. So you can pause the video here and fill in your opening, your introduction and your point 1. And here is point 2, point 3 and the last statement. So have a look at the things you need to add and you're adding those in about deforestation. So you can pause the video here and do point 3, 2, 3 and the last statement. I've added a what can I use to help me. So if you've finished doing your plan and you're still a little bit stuck, have a look at the model text. You can have a look at these great words and some rhetorical question sentence starters. And you can use these words in your own text because they're all about climate change and like the effects of them. So you can add those in. So you should be filling in your plan and using these things to help you. So you can pause on the model text if you want to have a look to Magpie, and you can have a look at the rhetorical question sentence starters. I hope you have fun making your plans. Me and Miss Fink would love to see them. So please do keep sending them in. And I will see you all tomorrow for when we start writing up. So you really need to make sure you get this plan done today so that you can write up tomorrow. Bye.